I woke to a ceiling I didn't recognize, white, blurred, humming with machines that measured the rhythm my body had almost abandoned. My throat burned as if I had swallowed dusk. My chest felt stitched, wired, borrowed. I didn't know how long I had been unconscious, just that the world had decided to continue without me. A nurse leaned over, whispering into her phone. We called his wife again. She said she can't come. She's busy. A pause, a sigh. She said it's her ex-boyfriend's birthday. He needs her more. The words should have cut like glass. Instead, they landed with a soft, distant thud, like something dropping into deep water. I tried to respond, but only air escaped me. The nurse gave me the look people reserve for lost things. "We told her it might be your last night," she whispered, almost apologetic. Last night. A strange calm settled inside me. Cold, heavy, familiar. I closed my eyes again, not to sleep, but to listen to the quiet tremor rising somewhere deep in my chest. A slow, deliberate crack forming under the weight of something I wasn't ready to name. 2 weeks later, I walked out of that hospital with a body stitched together and a mind splintered cleanly down the middle. One half still loved her, the other was finally waking up. The house greeted me with hollow silence. Nothing had changed, yet everything felt staged, like a room left behind by someone rehearsing a better life elsewhere. Her perfume still lingered in the hallway, but faintly, as if it were leaving too. I sat on the edge of the bed, staring at the pillow where she used to rest her head. Used to. A detail my mind resisted. Maybe she was overwhelmed. Maybe she panicked. Maybe I was clinging to excuses like bandages over a wound already infected. But her voice echoed. He needs me more. Her ex. On my dying night? A thought slid into me with the precision of a scalpel. This wasn't neglect. It was preference. I picked up her hairbrush from the dresser, tracing the strands entangled in its teeth. She always left little pieces of herself scattered around. I had once found that endearing. Now I saw them for what they were. Breadcrumbs leading to a person who had long stopped walking beside me. My phone buzzed. Her message. "How are you feeling? I'll come by tomorrow. Busy tonight." Busy. I didn't reply. Silence was the first truth I allowed myself. Later that night, unable to quiet the static inside me, I checked the bank accounts. Not because I suspected theft, but because I needed to feel something solid, something I could measure. The balance was lower than before. Transfers I didn't recognize. Withdrawals that didn't match our life. A cold pressure formed behind my eyes. Not shock, just recognition. Like seeing a shadow you always knew was there. I closed the laptop, exhaled slowly, and let the suspicion in. I moved with quiet purpose, every step measured, every thought deliberate. First, I requested detailed statements from the bank. Then copies of call logs, message backups, location histories, things she never imagined I'd ever need. I didn't rage, didn't confront, didn't accuse. Outwardly, I was calm, a man recovering from near death, resting, healing. Inside, I was peeling away the layers of a life I no longer trusted. The bank details arrived first. Frequent withdrawals, same location, same pattern, same late-night timestamps, his neighborhood. My pulse didn't rise, my breath didn't change. It simply confirmed itself. Next came the messages she thought she'd deleted. Buried threads, restored conversations, digital fingerprints of a loyalty she had redirected long before I collapsed in that hospital. Her words to him were soft, warm, whole. Her words to me had been duty, not devotion. Every discovery settled into me like sediment, forming a new foundation, darker but steadier. She visited occasionally, always briefly, always distracted. I watched her eyes when she looked at me. There was pity, obligation, guilt, but no fear of losing me. She believed I was still the man who would forgive anything. She had no idea she was speaking to a ghost of him. I remained patient. Patience sharpens truth. The final piece arrived unexpectedly, a transfer from my account to hers, and from hers to him. Direct, clean, shameless. I felt something shift, a quiet, irreversible click. The investigation was complete. Now came the reckoning. I printed everything, statements, messages, screenshots, not to confront her with noise, but to collapse her world with a single, undeniable whisper. She arrived the next morning wearing the same perfume I smelled in those hospital hallways. "Feeling any better?" she asked, barely glancing up from her phone. I handed her a single sheet. Just one. Her bank transfer to him. Her fingers trembled. "This, I can explain." "I know," I said quietly. Only that. 2 words that stripped the color from her face. She sank onto the couch, lips parting, forming excuses that died before they reached the air. Her breathing grew sharp, erratic. Mine remained steady. "How long have you known?" she whispered. "Long enough." She cried then, messy, panicked, desperate. The kind of tears born not from guilt, but from fear of losing the comfort she thought she controlled. "I love you," she lied. I watched her closely, analyzing her words the way surgeons examine tissue under a light. Dead, unrecoverable. And in that moment, something inside me detached cleanly. The next morning, I made a single call. To the bank. I transferred everything into my private accounts abroad. Left her nothing but the salary she'd earned herself. No confrontation, no explanations. 2 hours later, she burst into the house in a panic. "What did you do? Why is the bank calling me? What's happening?" I didn't answer. I simply scrolled through my phone, indifferent. Then my daughter-in-law called, snapping me from the moment. "If you want to join Thanksgiving, come wash the dishes." "Enjoy," I replied, and ended the call. Her disdain didn't move me. I was already gone from all of them. Later, I posted the photos of my villa in Switzerland, sunlit, serene, a world untouched by betrayal. My phone rang 71 times, all from her. I didn't pick up. Her panic was the music I'd been waiting to hear. I sat alone that night, lights dimmed, suitcase half-packed, my breathing slow, my pulse steady. She had taken pieces of me for years, quietly, gradually, expertly. But in the end, all it took to reclaim myself was a single truth. A truth she never thought I'd uncover. A truth she never thought I'd act on. I didn't hate her. Hatred requires attachment. What I felt was something cleaner, sharper, freedom. As I zipped my suitcase closed, a strange stillness washed over me. The kind that comes when you finally step out of a burning house and realize you don't smell like smoke anymore. I powered off my phone. Let the world wonder. I was done.